That's Euston bus station. Behind it's the glorious 1960s architecture that is the mainline railway station from London up to Birmingham and beyond. A new part of the railway is coming, a new railway line is being built in London, HS2 is coming, but to do that, some demolition work has to happen first.
Which is why it was time to don some PPE, as we're being shown around today by the HS2 team and showing what demolition work has started to take place.
Is on the south side.
But first, here's a simplified diagram of what is happening at Euston. The current mainline station is shown here with the surrounding streets, and it's in the area immediately to the west that will be where in Phase 1, 6 new platforms will be constructed for the high-speed line. This means that buildings will be demolished, including the old Thistle Hotel, which we climbed up onto the roof of.
We're on the roof of the Thistle Hotel. So what they did first is they took down the ground, I think about 3-4 metres in trial pit locations, which you can see where these superstructures are for the tent. So what effectively is the tent columns. They did trial holes around all of those, and each pit obviously had excavation works each time they did that. And you can sort of see down the end there that they've started their first main pit now that the tent's up.
This is St James's Gardens, a burial site which has now become a major archaeological dig where HS2 are expecting to excavate and relocate over 40,000 plots. There's also a good view to the north from the roof, which shows platforms 17 and 18 of Euston down below and the concrete access road to an old parcel depot and yard. All of this will be removed to make way for the new platforms, which will be built in a box below street level and then structures constructed on top. Inside the hotel, everything has to be removed in what's known as a soft strip. All the fittings, beds, TVs, toilets and baths that were once used in the hotel have to be removed to just leave the shell of the building so that it can then be demolished.
Soft stripping, so all the non-load bearing walls, all the M&E, the mechanical and electrical services, and then all the fixtures and fittings as well, like the bathrooms, they're all removed by hand and dropped in the drop zone.
The works taking place here at Euston are huge and vast, and it's not until you see it from up high that you start to properly get a sense of the scale of it all. Back down on the ground, ALISTAIR COWAN reminds us of the boundaries of the work on the surrounding streets.
So basically we're going to be standing here on concourse level, the 6 new platforms out in that direction going out roughly as far as that turquoise digger over there, and then you're going to have 3 sets of escalators that go down onto the platform level, which will be roughly the height of a kind of a double-decker bus below us, and then below that there'll be another service level.
The Thistle isn't the only hotel that's going. Oh, and there's the matter of an old tube surface building as well.
So this one here used to be the old Ibis Hotel, and that's going through the demolition stage at the moment. And then over here we've got the old Leslie Green Euston tube station entrance, and is currently largely being used as extra access to the platforms and also as the ventilation shaft. So one of the first jobs we've got to do here is build London Underground a replacement ventilation shaft, so that's all up and running before we take out this station.
And talking of the tube, ALISTAIR confirmed to us that there would be a new passageway constructed to connect Euston Square station to Euston.
We are almost on the end of the Euston Square Underground station platforms. So the front of the train is roughly over where those Santander cycle bikes are, but actually the entrance to the station is at the far end of the platforms, which means anyone getting off there has to walk down the platform, upstairs, and then right back over themselves to get to Euston. As part of the project, what we're going to be doing is knocking a hole essentially through to give people access direct from Euston Square Underground Station to Euston Underground Station.
And there's a new temporary taxi rank being built so that 2 more buildings can be removed.
So here we're putting together a temporary taxi rank. The current taxi rank is under the 2 large 1970s buildings you can see behind us. These need to be demolished. In order to do that, we've got to take the taxis out, which means we have to put them somewhere. So on a temporary basis, they're going to be here before they get moved to a permanent home around the corner once we've demolished these 2 buildings behind us.
And then amongst all the HS2 work going on, we found out some tube news as well. There's a new entrance going in right here from the Piazza area down to the ticketing area of the tube station. That'll relieve congestion on the 3 escalators that only serve the main concourse area.
So all these changes are coming to Euston. Come and see it now. It's your last chance to come and see it as it is. I think here at Londonist what we'll do is that we'll come back every year, maybe the same week in November, like a time lapse, a very long time lapse, video by video. We'll see how the works and Euston have progressed over the years.